Brand new bombshell evidence of pay-to-play deals between the Clinton Foundation and Hillary's State Department. Newly released emails and phone records exposing the ties that the Democratic nominee has long denied. They show a senior executive at the Clinton Foundation was in regular contact with Cheryl Mills, Hillary's chief of staff, when she was Secretary of State. Meanwhile, Clinton said she turned everything over to the feds, but the FBI has dug up 15,000 previously unreleased emails. Hillary was on Kimmel last night brushing the matter off.
I actually added it up today, and the State Department said that they have to release 15,000 emails by the deadline is a couple of days before the debate. Are you concerned about that?
No. I mean,
I would be terrified if my emails were released.
But I mean, Jimmy, my emails are so boring.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm embarrassed about that. They're so boring. And so we've already released, I don't know, 30,000 plus. So what's a few more?
Now, Donald Trump is calling for the Justice Department to appoint a special prosecutor to investigate.
The amounts involved, the favors done, and the significant number of times it was done require an expedited investigation by a special prosecutor immediately. After the FBI or Department of Justice whitewashed Hillary Clinton's email crimes, they certainly cannot be trusted to quickly or impartially investigate Hillary Clinton's new crimes, which happen all the time.
And an Associated Press review has calculated that more than half the people outside the government who met with Clinton while she was Secretary of State gave money to the Clinton Foundation, more than $150 million. Now, KG's special prosecutor, not a bad idea.
You know, yeah, it's not a bad idea. You want somebody to do the job, don't you? You want someone to go through and make sure that there's transparency, because right now it's not like it's not speculation. There is evidence that there is pay for play going on. This is the last thing you want with the government. It's the last thing you want with someone who's going to be commander-in-chief and leader of the free world, somebody who has influence peddling and connections with the Clinton Foundation. Also shows poor judgment. You know you were running for president, okay? Why did you even engage in this? Why didn't you disassociate yourself completely from it? Why is it that people were able to get direct access to the Secretary of State, someone who was seeking the office of the presidency, quicker, easier than through direct channels straight through the Clinton Foundation? That's how you open the gate.
It's pay to play, is it not?
No, I'm
sitting
here.
If you're taking money and providing access,
you know, you guys are hyperventilating because, you know, Donald hasn't pivoted and things don't look great. But I'm just telling you, you know what? There's a real case to be made about the Clinton Foundation and quid pro quo and you know, lack of propriety. But you're not making the case. You're saying, oh, yeah, this is proof. Well, there's no proof. There's no proof that she did anything. That she offered. Let me just say, there's not an iota of proof that she offered one special favor because of a donation to the Clinton Foundation.
Access
when you
and
get
meetings.
that, come back to me.
So access is provided.
Access, yeah, so.
Okay, and then, well, okay, access, and then later on, deals were struck between U.S. corporations and foreign entities.
No, if you find that, if you find
it is, yes. There's Boeing, there's GE, there's Uranium One.
Look, I mean, all of these deals, they're deals that are done all the time. But if you say to me, hey, Juan, you know what? I think this Clinton Foundation just doesn't look right because guess what? They're taking money. She's secretary. I'll say, yes, Eric, you got me. But at this point,
Russians dropped $145 million into the Clinton Foundation after they did a deal getting 25% of uranium. That's a deal.
All right, what are you talking? Come on, this is so weak. I'm amazed. But I guess you guys are desperate.
Let's move on. Dana, and pay to play, yes, no?
Well, it certainly doesn't look clean, and I think what Juan is saying is that you can't, there might not even be evidence that exists that says, okay, so she had a meeting, so she got the meeting. Getting the meeting is important. That's not always easy to do. So the Clinton Foundation, of course, and you can see it in the emails, they're constantly calling over saying, oh, hey, can you meet with this person? They're one of our friends. So, no, none of that looks good. The thing I'm worried about in terms of a special prosecutor is that if they kick this, let's say that the Justice Department says, fine, we'll take you up on that special prosecutor idea. And then that gives the Clinton campaign a reason to just shut down talking about it at all. And they'll say, they'll just slow walk it. And the special prosecutor, in order to do due diligence, it would take weeks and possibly put it beyond the election anyway. So I think actually the stuff that the reporters are coming up with, like what the AP did today, is actually very damning. The other problem is that Republicans have tried to rely on beating the Clintons based on these scandals as they see them for decades, and it doesn't work. I don't say not pursue it, but they can't rely on it.
May I throw one more thing out here, and Juan, you can chime in after Greg answers this. The 33,000 emails that she destroyed, she said they were personal emails. Does that mean Clinton Foundation business was on those as well? Because they will not answer that question. Because if there was, I think now you might have a right to find the police back.
It's interesting. These emails now have a life of their own. It's like mildew in a bathroom that just keeps growing and growing. And Hillary's response is like on Kimmel, just to turn out the light. Therefore, you don't see it. She just says, oh, there's nothing there. But we actually see it. And you have whom, in terms of this pay-for-play thing, Huma Abedin was selling influence under the guise of access. Basically, what she was selling was a speed pass that you get at Disneyland. Yes. You get it. Oh, is this the next thing?
Can I read this?
Yeah, sure.
Hold that thought, because this is exactly what Greg's talking about. Yeah. One of the newly discovered email exchanges show top Clinton aide Huma Abedin giving a major Clinton Foundation donor special access to the secretary, the Crown Prince of Bahrain. On June 23, 2009, Doug Band, a top Clinton Foundation executive, wrote to Clinton aide Huma Abedin, working at the State Department, saying, quote, CP, meaning Crown Prince of Bahrain, in tomorrow to Friday, asking to see her, good friend of ours, is what Dana pointed out as well. Abedin wrote back. He asks to see HRC Thursday and Friday through normal channels, and I asked. She said she doesn't want to commit to anything for Thursday or Friday until she knows how she will feel. Well, and then within 48 hours, Abedin offered up a time for the Crown Prince to meet with Clinton, quote, offering Bahrain's CP, Crown Prince, 10 tomorrow for meeting with HRC. If you see him, let him know we have reached out through official channels.
I mean, no, it is like it's the speed pass at Disneyland. No, these people have so much money that unlike other American citizens, they don't have to wait in line. So all they got to do is pay up. They get in. They get to go on the Matterhorn. They get to go on Space Mountain. They get to essentially go into the State Department because of this. Also, Uma, you know, she left,
VIP pass.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, she left classified papers in the trunk of a car in India. She had stuff in the seat pocket. And here we thought it was her husband, Anthony Weiner, who's guilty of exposure. She leaves stuff everywhere. But she should not be in the White House. If this administration happens,
that's the point.
They can't have her there.
I have a very, very important question for Juan Williams.
Can I add one thing to that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because I don't want to mess up the important question. Yep. I just want to point out that Huma Abedin, when she's doing this, she's working for both the U.S. taxpayer and Teneo, which is where Doug Band worked, which is what had the Clinton Global Initiative account.
Our boss. I think they said our boss. Here's a very important question. Why? How do you answer this?
Okay.
What in the world would the Crown Prince want to pay $32 million to meet with Hillary Clinton about?
I don't think he paid. I think he gave the money to the foundation.
Right.
It's not like he paid like
For
it was a bribe. Well, no, that's your assumption, not my assumption.
No.
I'm going to assume. Look, I'm going to assume that he gave the money, and let's put your interpretation on it. That he thought, oh, this will guarantee me a meeting with Secretary
For $32 million,
let's say,
he's the Crown Prince of Bahrain, one of the most strategic countries in the Middle East.
Let's keep in mind.
I'm guessing he would get that meeting if he wanted to wait. What was so urgent?
Oh, I don't know what it was, because in fact, Bahrain, I would guess, had been banned from receiving U.S. military weapons because of their human rights violations. So there was a ban, so I don't know that they were getting any great treatment from the U.S. government.
KG, couldn't that be perceived as a pay-to-play? I'll drop $32 million in the foundation. I get access to maybe making a deal.
You're talking
about
perceptions. Again, you just said perceived, and I'm with you on this. I think that it opens the door to negative perception.
Right.
But if you say to me, hey, we've got the evidence, you don't have a thing.
Not yet.
Well, because that's been deleted, and now we're seeing that there's, in fact, evidence to be pursued, in fact, that she wasn't compliant. In fact, there were additional emails destroyed, so it's all problematic. And you know where we first heard about this one at this table? From you.
Yeah, that's why I said to Eric, I don't like it. I don't like the appearance. It looks quid pro quo. But today, you guys are acting like, you know what, we got that.
Listen, I've been talking about this for 4 years on cashing in. We've been hitting into that Clinton Foundation. If you go to the Clinton Foundation, they'll list the companies by name and give you a range of the amount of money they've donated to the foundation. Yeah. And you look at some of these deals, there's some U.S. corporations doing some deals with some pretty shady groups overseas, and you wonder, does anything tie together?
People give money to politicians all the time, Eric.
And if you're getting a deal in return
no
for that money,
that's where it breaks down.
Here's what the end result is. How does this affect the election? Hillary is hoping to run out the clock.
Yeah.
She wants to get to November before the emails get to her. So everybody has been talking for the past year, what a gamble Trump has been for the Republican Party. The real gamble, the real risk, is backing Hillary, because you always knew that there was this like giant hive of emails waiting to burst, and it could burst at any time. So they're just praying right now to get to November before the real thing explodes, and they put all of their chips on a historical first, and that blinded them to this very, very, very large flaw.
But hang on. Let's get to this. I want to get Dana involved in this one. A lot of people are calling for the Clinton Foundation to fold over this. Long time, very long time Clinton ally James Carville, in his dramatic fashion, warns of dire consequences if it does.
The Clinton Foundation was taking no money for the Clintons, raising money from rich people, and giving it to poor people. And all of a sudden, the press has decided that we're going to go after this and shut it down. And you know what? You're probably going to be successful. And they're going to be people that are going to die because of this.
Dana, people are going to die if the Clinton Foundation folds.
Yeah, so a little bit over dramatic. I do think that the Clinton administration, and you saw this in Bill Clinton's statement yesterday, where he said he would step down if she becomes president, that he would step down, and then he lists about, a page and a half of all the good work that the Clinton Global Initiative has done, though there have been questions, and the New York Times raised them, about where did all this money actually go. And also, I think that the Hillary Clinton people, you remember the two camps of the Bill Clinton and the Hillary Clinton people? You can imagine the Hillary people are sort of annoyed, because the Crown Prince of Bahrain, maybe on the merits, could have gotten a meeting with the Secretary of State. Uma Abedin says he went through normal channels to try to get the meeting, and they have tried to be helpful where they can be in the global war on terror, so presumably he could have got that meeting. But what the Clinton Global Initiative did, and what Doug Band is doing, is sweetening that possibility and basically making it look to the Crown Prince of Bahrain that if you do this, then it is more assured that you would be able to get that meeting with her. It's all pretty bad.
Final thought?
And it's not the media's fault for bringing this up. If Carville thinks that people are going to die, this is not something that we came up with. This is something that is being revealed.
No, but Carville is saying, Dana, it's a 5-star charity, according to independent charity rating organizations. He makes the point that Clintons have taken no money. In fact, they've given money. So that's not the point. The point is that it looks bad. It looks just like what we're talking about, that someone's pay to play, as Eric described.
And therefore, isn't it worthy of an investigation?
We do have to go. They're
No,
wrapping us.
they've done it.
Wait, remember what Bernie Sanders said? No one cares about these emails.
Right. Damn emails.
Damn emails. I didn't want to swear.
We need to go, but again, Charity
Angels,
Navigator
woman.
decided not to rate that charity anymore because they couldn't figure it out. So 5-star, maybe in the past, not now.